Hey Canucks fans, how much are you going to miss Jacob Markstrom? I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Monday, December the 7th. This is where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. Hope you had a great weekend. I ended up bowling last night and I got swept. I was playing against my first cousin who was a former professional bowler in Canada. So the odds were stacked against me. We had a lot of fun and good catch-up time, but not so good. But bowling news related, I'm in my son's latest Pro Shop video. I will put it down in the comments below, actually in the description. And their channel's growing. They're going to hit 4,000, I think, in the next couple days, and they'll probably pass me by Christmas time, which is awesome. I'm very happy for them. Okay, let's talk about the Vancouver Canucks now. Oh, by the way, I got my live stream tonight, 10 p.m., as I do every Monday night. So I hope you could join me. I'll tweet out the link after dinner. But yes, please, if you're watching this on YouTube, just search my channel up, or maybe you'll get a notification. Make sure you're subbed and get a notification, and they can join me at 10 p.m. tonight to talk Canucks. Okay, I want to talk about the next Canuck today, Jacob Markstrom. And I do this because I was scrolling through my Instagram feed late last night, early this morning, and I saw a post from him saying off to Calgary. And he was with a couple other players, I think. Actually, I scrolled through so quickly, and I just focused on him anyways. But yes, you see Jacob Markstrom on a plane, wearing his mask, on his way to Calgary. Obviously, he wants to get there, get that 2-week quarantine over with, start training properly for whenever this season is going to start. And I've been talking about Thatcher Demko a lot in the past month, and rightfully so. He's anointed our goalie of not just the future, but the present, and with Braden Holtby as his dance partner, and I think that they're going to be great. And I think they're going to give the kind of solid goaltending, solid enough to do what they need to do. But in seeing Jacob Markstrom's post and in just reflecting back on his career with the Canucks, and in particular the last 2 seasons, I asked you the question, how much are you going to miss Jacob Markstrom, and how much do you think the Canucks are going to miss him? And as excited as I am for Thatcher Demko to get the opportunity, and as Demko continued to play well in the playoffs, I knew that there's a greater chance that Markstrom wouldn't be here. But I don't want to simply just push aside all of Jacob Markstrom's accomplishments in Vancouver just because we didn't sign him and he's not with us anymore. No, he's due way more respect than that. And that respect is 2 years back-to-back of being the Canucks MVP, 2 years of doing everything he could, sometimes standing on his head, putting the whole team on his back, and helping bail them out of games that they had no business of winning. And we know that, like I said, he was voted the Canucks MVP 2 years in a row on a team that has guys like Pettersson, Miller, Hughes, Besser, Horvat. So that's pretty impressive in its own right. What's also very impressive is last season, he played extremely well, very well, so well, in a year where he lost his father. And he had to not only deal with his dad's death, deal with his own grieving, but also made a quick trip back to Sweden before the new year to pay his last respects and to be with family and to help with funeral arrangements. That's massive. As someone who's lost his father, and I'm not a professional hockey player, I talked about his, not just, obviously he's physically gifted, but his mental attitude, his strength and his courage. It was very inspiring at the time, and I would laud him. I would sing his praises, and I'm going to continue to do so now because that is very, very impressive stuff. And then he battled through a couple injuries, one in the regular season and then one in the playoffs itself that gave Thatcher Demko his rise. And it was kind of interesting that as Demko only got in because Markstrom got hurt, but in Demko doing so, he basically made it more palatable for the Canucks to say bye to Markstrom. Now, Jacob Markstrom, he signed for 6 years at $6 million a year, so $36 million with Calgary. And there's no way that the Canucks were going to match that term. Money, they probably could have found a way, but I think it was always the term about Jacob Markstrom. Because when I heard $6 million, that didn't freak me out at all. That didn't surprise me because I think at the start of the season, we started talking about 5 and a quarter, 5.5. And then as the season went on and as he continued to prove his worth, $6 million seemed to make a lot of sense. It's the 6 years that were challenging because obviously if that happened in Vancouver, you're basically saying bye to Thatcher Demko in the expansion draft, perhaps in Seattle if they want to take him, which I'm sure they'd give him at least some strong consideration. I know there are a lot of good young goaltenders out there in the league, but you're likely saying goodbye to Thatcher Demko, and then you're basically tied in and locked into Markstrom for another 6 years. And although he's very good, and I expect him to be very good this year and maybe next year, what happens in year 4, year 5, year 6? What happens if he does start to get more injury prone? And I'm not at all saying he's an injury prone goalie, but he did miss some time in February, March, and he did miss the last 3 games of the playoffs. And you got to wonder if that knee is going to come back to haunt him a little bit. Obviously, I'm not wishing that on him, but I'm talking very realistically. If I'd be saying the exact same thing, if the Canucks had signed him to a 6-year, $6 million contract, I would have said, ooh, that's a little too long, especially given his injury, his injury status a little bit. Again, it's not brutal. It's not like he's missed a ton of games in the past few years, but it was noticeable, obviously, and like I said, it was especially noticeable in the playoffs when the whole NHL had their eyes on that series, because it was a very good, exciting series, and the Canucks almost stole that series from the Vegas Golden Knights. So I wish I wish Jacob Markstrom a lot of luck in Calgary. I've joked around, not even joked around, I've told you guys that the Calgary Flames are my least favorite team in the NHL because of old playoff history, because of the 2015 playoffs, because of Bob Hartley sending his goons out against John Tortorella a few years ago. That basically led to the Canucks plummet in the standings because Tortorella got suspended, and the Canucks were in a playoff spot when that fiasco happened in that January game. Regardless, they're just not my favorite team. I don't like Goudreau. I don't like I don't like Bennett. I don't like some of the other players. But with guys like Markstrom, Tanev, Levo, and Domingue all going there, it doesn't shoot them up to my second favorite team rankings, but I might give them a bit more of a pass, or at least I'll look forward to seeing those matchups, Vancouver versus Calgary, and of course it'll be likely Thatcher Demko versus Jacob Markstrom in net. It should be fascinating games to watch. Now we just got to figure out when those games are going to happen. So all to say, appreciated Jacob Markstrom, thought he was a warrior, physically, mentally, emotionally, thought he was a rock foundation for our team. Got better in the media as the years went on, as he got more mature, as he became more of a leader in the locker room. But simply said, $6 million at 6 years, $6 million a year at 6 years was just simply too much. I think the Canucks made the right decision in walking away. May have hamstrung them a little bit in their negotiations with other players, but I am confident in Demko and Holtby going forward, and I hope Markstrom does well. I just hope it's not against the Vancouver Canucks. So, Canucks fans, leave a comment below. Tell me what you're thinking of those questions. How much are you going to miss Jacob Markstrom, and how much do you think the team is going to miss Jacob Markstrom? Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply as always. And don't forget to join me tonight at 10 p.m. for my YouTube live stream. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless. And go Canucks go.